Hey, I got a quick question for you. Are you showing up as the expert authority in your business, making sure that your message is on point and your branding is reflective of your go-to authorityness? Hi, I'm Christine Blosdale, your expert authority business coach, and I have a way for you to rate your expert authority prowess. And you can check it out at expertauthorityquiz.com. It's fun, it's easy, and it's something that you really should be doing to see where you level up. Once again, head on over to expertauthorityquiz.com. That's expertauthorityquiz.com.
And that's how success is going to happen when we define it and then we engineer it to be something that, we want it to be. People are going to want to join in that mission with us.
Absolutely. Oh, you're like the ambassador for goodness.
Well, thank you, but I don't know about
I will
that.
I will dub you that. You shall be the ambassador for goodness. Welcome to the Expert Authority Coach Podcast, the one-stop spot for entrepreneurs, coaches, authors, and business owners just like you who are ready to rise, shine, and finally be seen as the go-to authority in their field. I'm your host, Christine Blosdale, also known as the Expert Authority Coach, and my mission is to help you build a magnetic brand, grow your visibility, and turn your expertise into real, lasting influence and income. If you want to dive deeper, head on over to my website, expertauthoritycoach.com, where you can explore all the groovy stuff that I've created for you. And you can even book a free discovery call with me. I'd love to hear from you. Once again, head on over to expertauthoritycoach.com to book that free call today. Alrighty, so let's jump into today's episode. Welcome back to the Expert Authority Coach Podcast. I'm your host, Christine Blosdale, and I am super excited about my guest today, who is going to inspire you to get your creative juices flowing and to creating content. And one of my favorite things, of course, is creating video content. I think it's so vitally important for entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, coaches, and consultants. And my guest is Diane Strand, who is an award-winning serial entrepreneur. Yay! We love serial entrepreneurs. She's also a producer and founder of JDS Productions, which is a seven-figure media company helping brands and creators bring their stories to life through video and digital media. She's also the author of Creativepreneur and a passionate advocate for helping creatives turn their talents into sustainable, profitable businesses. And hallelujah, Diane, because there's a lot of creative people out there that really need guidance on how to actually make money doing their passion. So welcome to the show, Diane.
Well, thank you very much. I'm honored to be here and excited for the conversation. Yes, I always say creatives need a little bit more business, and business needs a little bit
Oh,
more creativity.
oh, I love that. I would even say a lot more creativity with some businesses. So tell us a little bit about the trajectory of your business life and how being creative and doing creative content, how that shaped your current world.
Well, I believe that the arts impact life and business, and I truly believe that the arts are what change everything. There's some great speeches and talks that said if you need something done, hire a theater kid, right? If you were a theater
So
kid
true.
as an adult today, they're going to figure out how to get it done for you, right?
I was a theater
Which
kid.
is, yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely, because you're an expert, you're an authority. That is we know how to step outside our comfort zone. We know how to be resilient. We know how to play with others well in the sandbox and
Mm,
and be team players, as well as also when you need to take the stage and be the star, we know how to do that too.
yeah.
We learn, we market, we communicate. That is the power of the arts. And, if we're talking about journeys and trajectories, that showed up for me very, very early. I love the Steve Jobs quote that says you can't connect your dots looking forward. You have to look back and trust that they will connect. And my first dot really shows up in second grade. I wanted to play Betsy Ross in the school play.
Oh, yeah,
And
the flag lady.
yeah, the
Yeah.
flag lady, right? And everyone told me I shouldn't. Even my parents, they're like, you can't read. Maybe you should go out for sports or something. And I'm like,
Play a
well, guess what
tree.
else showed up? Right,
Right.
was tenacity. And I said, well, watch me. It does turn out I am dyslexic, was undiagnosed at that point, but I figured out how to at least audition, and I got the role of Betsy Ross in the school play. And the arts kept me connected all through school. When it got hard, it got challenging. I chose to stay and not ditch because I wanted to be in the play, right? It kept me connected enough because you had to do well enough so you could be in the theater arts program. And so all through my life, it kept me going back to school, doing what I needed to do to push myself. And that was always the arts. There are other great stories from second grade because my entrepreneurship showed up right then too.
Right. Oh
There,
my God.
there was a, go
I
ahead.
feel that I feel that we are so very much aligned. And where did you grow up?
In the Midwest, really, I was born in
Really?
Michigan, lived in Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky until I was 14, then came to Southern California.
Okay. So you're a Southern Californian.
Yeah,
You've been there long enough. And
yeah.
you went to high school in LA?
In Orange County, in yeah,
Okay, 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 okay. I got you now. I got you. Yes, and I understand completely that feeling too. Also of feeling that you don't fit, like especially for myself, I didn't feel like I fit. And when I was in high school, especially, oh, I would not go back to high school today if you paid me. Like it's a
right.
scary, scary thing. But I remember finding play production, yes, theater, and I was like, ooh, these are my people. These are my
Yes,
people. I could handle all the other stuff at school because I knew that that period that I was going to be going into play production. I would get to be creative and play, and I felt safe with these people.
yes, absolutely. That's what our studio is, a safe place. It's all inclusive, youth, teens, adults, mainstream, neurodiverse. I always tell people if you ever feel like you don't fit, go find a theater and walk in, and you will find your people.
Yeah. It also helps there's a lot of LGBTQ plus people
Oh,
in theater.
Well, right.
So,
Well, we're inclusive. We love everybody. We're
yeah.
about kindness. We're about bringing people into the fold. We love ensembles.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. And musicals. Oh, that's
right.
fantastic. So that passion that you had when you were really young, and I know there's a lot of stories that, get you to where you are today, but let's talk about today with the people that you work with. To give us a typical day that, in your life, Diane. How do you work with folks?
It depends on the day and what I'm doing. I could be on stage doing keynotes. I could be sitting on set recording my TV show for ABC. I could be sitting right here behind my desk doing podcasts. I could be doing payroll. I could be interviewing, doing HR. I can be doing marketing and working with my team. I could be in the other room and being doing training and coaching with the adults with developmental disabilities and helping them with script writing. I could be planning our big festival, DigiFest, and talking to celebrities and Hollywood people. Sitting in a boardroom like this morning. I'm dressed a little fancy today because I was at an economic development board meeting this morning. So my days vary. I love it, what I do. I'm very creative. I get to work with the youngest of the creativity to the oldest of the creativity or help businesses find their creativity. I'm a visibility coach. So I teach people how to show up on camera, how to put themselves out on social media, how to get clarity in their message and their marketing. So my days are long. They usually are somewhere between 12 to 14-hour days. And that's how I want it, but
Yeah.
I weave in. I've got three children. Two of them are adults already, but, at the same time, it's like, I could be at a volleyball tournament on my phone working, so it just doesn't matter. I'm a workaholic. I know that, but it's because I have such passion for the arts and for creativity and how it impacts life and business and how it affects others that I want to share it with the world. So that's my mission today.
Oh, I love that. And that fuels you. That you can tell that it absolutely fuels you with that
Yes,
passion. You know, one thing that I talk about a lot with my clients is the importance of being seen and being heard. Because if you're not seen and you're not heard, you're not hired, right?
right.
and and for some of them, of course, getting over that fear of what people might think. Well, what if I don't do it right? It's a bit, it's that imposter syndrome coming in, but it's that thing of, what if I look silly? What will people say about me? What if I fail? What if I blow it? How do you deal with that when you're talking to people?
Well, I truly believe that you only fail if you quit. You're either winning or you're learning. So learning is okay.
Yeah.
And, who are they anyways? That's my first question is who the heck
Right.
are
Who the
they?
who the right.
So, and since nobody knows who they are, then they just need to stay where they are and you do your thing. Start before you're ready. Show up and say yes. That's the comfort zone. And fear has a way of tricking us. There is a huge difference between fear and danger, right?
Right.
Danger, danger we need to listen to. If we're going to drive off a cliff or, get hit with a wrecking ball or something like that, that's danger, right?
Yeah.
But fear is one of those things that we have to put into the back seat, put a seatbelt on it, and then we sit in the driver's seat and we take control. We turn on the radio, we listen to the music that we want to listen to, and then we put in the destination on the GPS that we want to go to. And the GPS will not come back and go, "Oh, wait a minute, you've never been there before. Are you sure that's where you want to go?" It it
Right.
just tells you how to get there,
Right.
right? And then it may even pop up that there could be a pivot. It might say, "Hey, I found a faster way. Do you want to take it or not?" That might be that fork in the road. Which way do I go? We need to see it out here, manifested, look at it, know what it looks like and what it is, and then just take that first step. The how will start to reveal itself along the way, as well as a pivot may reveal itself along the way.
Yeah.
But fear, it has no place. The fear is just going to want to keep you stationary and safe right where you are at the moment, because that's what fear thinks. You're safe right now. Don't go do anything. But no, you need to show up, say yes, take that first step, let the how reveal itself. And remember, if it didn't work out, you're learning. You get to do it again. The goal is to keep getting better, not do it perfect, just keep doing it better. You've got to create action and you have to be accountable to have the momentum. I'm an acronym girl and
Yeah.
I love acronyms, and that's my acronym for dream: direction, realization, evaluate it, engineer it, take action with accountability, and the momentum will take your dream into a reality.
Oh, I like that. I love that. And it does create a momentum as well. The thing is that if we don't try things that are scary and spooky, we don't grow. We don't learn. We don't grow. Think about all of the things that, you know, I'm so grateful for that happened to me that at the time seemed like, oh, that's not the best thing in the world to happen. But from that, I grew. I had a better understanding of people and situations. And it there's no such thing of staying in a plastic. I don't know if you remember when I was young, I was a huge John Travolta fan, and there was a movie called Boy in the Plastic Bubble. Do you remember that?
Mhm. Oh yeah, sure.
ABC, I think it was like a ABC
Yeah.
movie movie of the week or something. And Boy in the Plastic Bubble, this was the story of a boy who was challenged with his immune system, and basically they wanted to they wanted to make sure that he stayed alive, so they sort of encapsulated him when he went outside in a bubble, in a plasticky bubble. And but the thing was that he wanted to enjoy life, and he wanted to, I think it was to either ride a horse or touch a horse or something like that. And he fell in love, all these things. But it was because he was in this bubble, and we can't keep ourselves or our children in a protective bubble. And that's how we learn, and that's how we grow, is we grow out and we
Absolutely.
touch something and we go, ooh, that's hot. I shall not
Right.
do that again.
Well, that's why I love to say, pain and discomfort is temporary. The growth on the other side is permanent.
Amen.
Yeah.
Diane, you are that what you just said is my mantra when I go to the dentist. Because I'm sitting
Yes.
there and I'm like, ah, this is only temporary. This is only temporary. This is only temporary. And when he's done, I'm going to feel great and it's going to look amazing. It's just only temporary. You tapped into my mantra.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
and
Well,
I
that's
I encourage anybody else who does not also like to go to the dentist when you're feeling uncomfortable or if they're starting to drill, just say that repeatedly. This is only temporary. This is only temporary. It gets you through.
I will bring that to the dentist with me now.
Whatever helps you. So let's talk about the importance of of showing up. This particular podcast, a lot of coaches listen to it, and and my other mantra is you got to be seen, you got to be heard, you really need to, and take the platform that's comfortable for you, that you love. If it's video, great. If it's audio, then start creating some audio content. But talk about the importance of actually of getting out there and being seen and heard, for especially for solopreneurs and coaches and consultants.
It is your lifeline to business, is being visible, being seen, being heard, and then taking your experience and having it have some authority means it needs some credibility to go with it.
Yeah.
So that is the being seen part too, showing up in the media, whether that's on television, in podcast, in printed digital media articles. I mean, I'm also a lead columnist for Authority magazine because it's important to be seen and put out there. I like to help others get seen and be heard and get their stories out there. I mean, your storytelling is your strategy. Your visibility is your accessibility to your avatar, and your community is your authenticity. Those are the things that really make us who we are when we are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, we're coaches, speakers, thought leaders. That's what really puts us out there into the market, is that visibility. I do tons of podcasts to be visible. I show up in the media, whether that's morning television, I've been on the New York Stock Exchange. I have been on, the Morning Blend from coast to coast, and then it's how you leverage it. Remember, the one media hit is not the visibility, it's what you do with it afterwards.
Yes.
It's how you
Yeah.
leverage it. I just reshared. I was on the New York Stock Exchange, interviewed by Jane King last year today, and I reshared it. So it's not the media hit. That was last year, right? What do I need to do with it? I need to leverage it. Then I need to break it up into YouTube shorts and I need to
Yeah.
put it out there. So I did that last year, but now I can redo it in a different way and reshare it and put it out there. And that is one piece of media that I can leverage for many years at different times throughout the year for different things. You know, I am consistently, doing articles, whether I'm writing them or I'm pitching to be someone to write about me, from covers of magazines, be in anthologies. I've written 4 or 5 books. These are ways to be seen and be heard so that you can get your brand, you can get your authority out there, and it has credibility behind it. And when it comes down to you and someone else, and you may have the same offer the same services and both do a really good job, who is the client going to go with? The one who has some credibility, more visibility over the person that they just have nothing on? That's why testimonials are important. But when you can go to a website and see, oh, they were on ABC, they've endorsed them. If they're putting them on morning TV shows, they must have something substantial to say,
Yeah.
right? They must have some authority and credibility and experience behind them. So it really is everything in your business. Visibility. I am a visibility coach. I work with businesses. I work with speakers. I work with thought leaders. I work with other lifestyle coaches to step up their visibility and how it makes a difference. Getting on stages, and these are small stages. It does not mean that you have to go get in front of 900 people and become a keynote speaker,
No, no.
right? It's going to your chamber and doing a lunch and learn. It's getting out from behind your desk and being visible.
Bingo. Bingo. And and you nailed it. You said it. It's so important. The those who go out and create, those who write the books, right? Who do the speeches, who do the damn TEDx's. That's a brand. So when you do something like that and you have that brand associated with you. I worked for America Online back in the day when it was only America Online. There was no Facebook, there was no TikTok. And this was in the beginning days of the internet explosion, and I worked my ass off for AOL. And it was only a few years ago that I realized that I should be putting that on my damn bio, that I worked for one of the largest media companies in the world. And
Yes,
I actually had a really good gig with them, by the way. But you need to tell people your where you've been, and if you can use those brands that are very recognizable, that is a big help. I was in public radio. I was in Los Angeles, a public radio station for 20 years. And I would get all the time, people would email me, would leave messages on the phone. I want to be on the radio. I want to be on your show. Book me on your show. Put me on your show. I want to, right? And I go, okay, well, I want $1 million. So good luck. But they would send me, and a lot of times the publicist would send me email requests, pitches. And I'll tell you, the folks who had a book or a product, a service, something that was already published out there, they got moved up on the list because
yes,
I knew that they had follow through. I knew that they actually created something that I could refer to and look at. If it was a best selling book, oh, they went up a little bit higher, right?
right.
If I went to their website and they have testimonials from people that have worked with them, or they have video snippets, clips of the things that they've done, public speaking, they're on stage. Damn right, I'm going to have them on
Absolutely.
because I know they can
Absolutely.
talk, right? So that's the importance. Create the content, create the content, create. I am so excited that you've been able to join us on the show today, Diane, because you are definitely reiterating my wishes for so many entrepreneurs, but it helps when someone else says it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. I mean, that's what I really tell my clients though is, your secret weapon really is being visible because it's the sole important thing, especially when you are your brand.
Absolutely. We're not McDonald's, we're not the Golden Arches. We are
Right.
individuals who are the brand. You yourself, your personality, your vibe, your energy. That's the other thing. Make sure that your vibe is coming through and it's a good, lovely, magnetic vibe and it's not a repellent. It's not a desperation stink. That's the other thing that's so
Well,
important.
right. You can't go in and be, you don't want to be visible and be an icky salesperson. That's
Yes.
not, that's not the good way to be visible. But you want to go in and you want to provide value. When we can go in and provide value to other people and serve, the more you serve, the more you get back. So that's what it's all about, is that's how we create relationships, is we provide value, and then people want to work with us. My big, show up, say yes, and provide value. And every time I've ever done that, I've gotten the biggest return on investment. And ROI can mean two things: return on investment financial
Mm.
and return on impact. And it is so important when you can get an ROI of a return on impact, and you know that you are helping other people. The 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 way it makes you feel is so much better than putting the dollar in the wallet.
Oh, you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it on the head. Because also when you come with that service and you can make an impact, there's no sales involved.
Right.
You're doing your magic, and you're staying in your magical lane. And that is the most beautiful thing. Quick question, Diane. Do you know what your human design is?
I,
Oh, you
no,
don't?
I don't
Okay,
even
okay.
really know
Oh, okay.
100% what that
Oh,
means.
we'll get you down that rabbit hole.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a combination of like your horoscope and I Ching and Kabbalah. It's a very
Ooh, I
interesting.
love that stuff.
Yeah, it's very interesting way to also see how we work best. Like the structures in which we work best. I know that I am not suited for a 9 to 5 job in a fluorescent light filled prison cage where I'm waiting for 501 to happen, right? That's not where I am my creative best.
Right.
So, and I did that for many years, but I also know where I work best and how I work best. So, yes, human design. Oh, girl. I'll tell you about that a little bit later. Thank you
Okay.
again. Now, if people want to reach out to you and learn more about the work that you do, maybe get in touch with you as well, where do they go? Where's the best place?
Best place to go is I'm all over social media at Diane Strand. You can also search us all over social media with hashtag JDS Family. And since we've been on the phone, our websites are one website's back up already, but there you
Yay.
go. But so that's jdscreativeacademy.org. That's my nonprofit. And that's a really great place to reach out, is through our nonprofit at jdscreativeacademy.org. And just I love to connect. So reach out, say hi. If you're listening out there, say hi. I'll say hi back, and then we just see where it goes from there. I love connection, I love collaboration, I love to meet entrepreneurs, and get together, do masterminds, do collaborative joint venture partnerships, all the things, or go on a workcation and a marketer's cruise. So
I love it. You're open for all of that, and I do, and I love co-ventures myself and collaborations. I think that that's for this year, 26 going into 27. I think the power of that is going to be massive. We're so used to being going alone. The solopreneur. The power is when we join forces, I believe, with other talented individuals who share maybe the same perspectives that we share. Maybe they have different talents, or maybe they have the same sort of talent. But imagine what you will give the world when you combine your strengths together. It's just unbelievable. It's like the Marvel superheroes, right? Superman is great by
absolutely.
himself, but you really need Iron Man, and you need Batman, and you need Wonder Woman. You definitely need Wonder Woman involved in there uh,
Absolutely.
to
Well, it's a
help the world.
community. We all
Yeah.
thrive. A rising tide lifts all boats. And so we really want to, that's why I said your authenticity is your community. Because when you have a community that can support you and stand around you and stands around other people, that means that you're bringing value to that community. And we do business with people we know, like, and trust. Today it is becoming very tribal. We want to work with people who are like-minded and where we are. And so that's why we share our story. So, you can tell people who you are and what you believe, and then people will gravitate to you. And then those are the people that we can serve. And, not everybody has to be our avatar, right? We don't have to go out there and try and just sell to the world. We need to go out there and provide value and bring valuable services out there, create offers and opportunities for people to be able to work with you, collaborate with you, venture with you. And that's how success is going to happen when we define it and then we engineer it to be something that, we want it to be. People are going to want to join in that mission with us.
Absolutely. Oh, you're like the ambassador for goodness.
Well, thank you, but I don't know about
I will dub you
that.
that. You shall be the ambassador for goodness. Thank you again, Diane. It's been so wonderful to have you. And my wonderful guest today has been Diane Strand. You can visit the website jdscreativeacademy.org. We'll put that link in the show notes. Also, go connect with her also on LinkedIn as well, because I think that's a great place. I personally have now a newfound love of LinkedIn. I used to have a love-hate relationship with it, but now I understand it much more, and I think it's a great space to connect. Make sure you connect with Diane there as well. Thank you again, darling, for being with us on the show. And I want to thank you, wonderful listeners and viewers, if you're watching on YouTube. Hello. If you want more information about the work that I do, my coaching, all the different programs that I offer, just go to expertauthoritycoach.com. That's expertauthoritycoach.com, and you can book a free consultation with me. I'd love to talk to you. Just ring me up by going to expertauthoritycoach.com and booking a free consult. All right. Until next time, thank you so much. And be creative. Get out there. Get seen. Do the videos. Do the content. And provide that beautiful service for the world. We all know we need it right now. Okay. Bye, y'all.